is Nafa from ERIA's Communication Department, and I will be your MC for today. It is our pleasure to welcome everyone to the Data-Driven Policy Design for Healthier and More Resilient Cyber Ecosystem workshop today, hosted by the Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia. And we are delighted to have a lineup of speakers who will share their expertise and insight with us this afternoon. There will be presentation by one of our experts and also will be followed by panel discussion later today. And without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Koji Hachiyama as ERIA's Chief Operating Officer to give the welcome remarks.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Nungir Panjatawarti, Director of Governance Policy for Cybersecurity and Cryptography, Indonesia's National Cyber and Crypto Agency, DSSN. Mr. Sony Handora Sudrana, Digital Startup Coordinator, Indonesia's Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. Distinguished speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all this afternoon on the Data-Driven Policy for Healthier and More Resilient Cyber Ecosystem workshop. ERIA is a leading think tank organization in the region. We have a lot of experience and expertise in the field of research, policy design, and capacity building on fundamental issues that support deepening economic integration, narrowing developing gaps, and promoting sustainable economic development. And digital economy is one of the most important themes for our study. As more countries rely on digital economies, there needs to be an increased focus on safety, reliability, and trust of critical infrastructure. Over time, attacks have increased in size, sophistication, and impact. To limit the exposure of such reputational of economic harm, the risk and potential attack vectors need to be understood so that proactive measures can be put in place. For today's main theme of cybersecurity, together with Cyber Green Institute, ERIA conducted a study on developing a framework for Internet health metrics, which showed the value of data measurement and analytics. With concern on ASEAN region, there are 8 policy suggestions. First, conduct a census of critical national Internet infrastructure. Second, evaluate national standards for security advice. Third, invest in models and datasets that eliminate risk and connect to indicators which can be studied externally. Fourth, for the activity-centric, determine the externally visible effects. Fifth, mandate companies reporting the privacy breaches to include information about controls and efficiency relative to the breach. Six, investigate reasons that organizations are not acting on security advice. Seven, develop a fuller model of the mapping between cybersecurity issues and public health issues. And 8, create a standard for incident reporting and investigation to help decide measurement and assessment needs. Today, we invited Mr. ERIA Ito of Cyber Green, who is a conductor of this research. So then later, she will explain in more detail about this project. Ladies and gentlemen, to focus more on study of digital economy, ERIA will soon establish a Center for Digital Innovation and Sustainable Economy, which was welcomed and acknowledged in the chairman's statement of the 7th East Asia Summit to strengthen and deepen our research capabilities on innovative and sustainable solutions in ASEAN and the East Asia region. ERIA New Center is virtually and physical platform for policymakers, business stakeholders, and academic professionals, as well as organizations who are committed to collaboratively generating, managing, and sharing knowledge on the transition to a digitally driven sustainable economic growth within the region. The 4 key missions brought up by these centers are: first, is to provide public-private dialogue platform to create specific unified rules within the region, such as a common data platform and legal systems for securing data free flow and cybersecurity. Second, is to create knowledge platform of fact and information on digital and carbon neutral circular economy, where any interested parties, such as policymakers, advisors, MSMEs, startups, incubators, accelerators, as well as companies that run supply chain and industrial clusters, can share knowledge in order to improve their capabilities and to accelerate their business growth. Third is to act as a training platform for industries on new businesses models tools and case studies to make evidence-based decisions about digitalizing and switching to more environmentally friendly production processes. The last one is to provide practical policy proposal by widely reflecting the voices of private businesses. As a result of this initiative, I'm certain that ERIA Center for Digital Innovation and Sustainable Economy will significantly contribute to ASEAN, especially Indonesia, to maximize the transformative potentials of digitalization. Finally, I want to thank esteemed speakers for their invaluable views on today's event. I hope that today's discussion will contribute to this digital transformation in ASEAN region. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Mr. Achiyama, for the welcoming remarks. Next, we will have the keynote speech on ASEAN digital strategy. First, I would like to invite Mr. Sony Hendra Sudaryana, Digital Startup Coordinator of the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology of the Republic of Indonesia. So, Mr. Sony, the floor is yours.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Koji Achiyama-san, for inviting me, and welcome to this workshop on data-driven policy design. Today, we gather here with the aim to enabling robust cooperation in cyberspace and empowering decision makers to set policies based on evidence and establish priorities for sustainable economic development. We have seen ASEAN digital economy booming for the last 5 years, caused by what we call the build of the internet penetration that lead to demand of digital services. This demand of digital services leads to digital investment when the investment came into Indonesia, and also we need invest in hiring people and create new emerging digital business. We see for the last 5 years a lot of startup, new digital emerging business emerge and help our life better, create solution. That's why we are lacking of the digital talent. The first one is the new emerging digital business. The second one is the need for better productivity on corporate side and better customer experience. It's lead to the need for the digitizing the process that we see right now. and then the digitalization of the traditional business. Both from the perspective of startups and the corporate, they all need digital talent. That's why Indonesia need around 600,000 digital talent per year for this transformation. This is create high demand for high quality and high skill ASEAN digital talent. Right now, Indonesia government, especially Kominfo, focusing on the first one. We are connect the people. We are invest in infrastructure. The connectivity is the basic of internet economy. We built around 500,000 4G BTS. And also we have a Palaparing project that connect around 459,000 kilometer cable, connect all the island in Indonesia. And right now we are already running 9 satellites and plus 3 more satellites, Satria, for the next 3 years. Right now, Indonesia have 210 million internet user, or 77% from the 1 million increase during the pandemic. So the pandemic is helping Indonesia in digital transformation. And then the second one, we are invest in people. After the infrastructure, we are also invest in people, educate the people with our main program is digital literacy. There are 4 basic skill: digital culture, digital safety, and digital ethics. Indonesia probably the market for the digital is a half of ASEAN economy, and then that's why a lot of investor, a lot of startups that made to unicorn. The market is in Indonesia. A lot of from the ASEAN country startup. The market aiming is Indonesia because of the huge of the market. And then, but we also need to not only as a market, we need to invest in founders. So we right now Indonesia have probably 15 unicorn in Indonesia, and then probably we host the most unicorn in the region. And then the last one, we are focusing on the governance of the digital ecosystem with the different approach from our ministry. We are less regulate, more on facilitated and accelerated with the light touch regulation, focus on customer protection, and then safe harbor policy. That's why with the rapid digitalization and interconnected in ASEAN economies, we are witnessing the rise of interdependent cyber risks. Therefore, it's critical that we develop rational data-driven policies that are geared towards managing cyber risk factor and achieving healthier and more sustainable digital economic development. Thank you, Ms. Yuri Ito, Executive Director of Cyber Green, that will brief us about the research and development and discuss the next phase plan with our future guest speaker, Pak Ono. Is my mentor from years ago. Finally meet him again, and Dr. Lurong Chen, senior economic from ERIA. We are privileged to have experts from different fields who will share the insight and expertise with us. Through their discussion and presentation, we hope to gain better understanding of the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead in developing and managing a healthier and more resilient cyberspace. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to ERIA and Cyber Green Institute for organizing this workshop and for their unwavering commitment to promoting sustainable economic development in ASEAN. I hope that this workshop will serve as a platform for fruitful discussion, collaboration, and partnership that will contribute to the realization of our shared vision of a healthier and more resilient cyberspace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pak Sony. Next, I would like to invite Mrs. Nunil Panchawati, who is joining us online. Ms. Nunil, can you hear us? Hello, Ms. Nunil. Ms. Nunil, can you hear us? Okay, it seems like there's a technical difficulty, so we will get back to Ms. Nunil. Now, let us proceed to the first session of the day. So now we would like to invite Ms. Yurito, who will deliver a presentation on developing framework for internet health metrics. So Ms. Yurito is the Executive Director of Cyber Green Institute, a nonprofit organization that conducts and supports research to establish a science cyber public health. So Ms. Ito, the floor is yours.
Thank you.